The story kicks off with a boy named Andy, who loves skateboarding and is always up to something. Andy lives in a city called Dino, named for the numerous dinosaur skeletons found during excavations. Andy, carefree and rebellious, never listens to his mom and spends most of his time either skateboarding or goofing off. One day, while Andy is skating through the city, his little sister Julie warns him that their mom is going to be really mad because he was supposed to be at the shop. Andy ignores Julie and tells her to mind her own business before skating away. He's supposed to open the shop in 15 minutes, but instead, he decides to push it to 150 minutes, thinking his mom won't notice. As he continues skating, Andy spots the dinosaur museum and some mysterious symbols on the hills. He also notices a group of boys bullying his friend and cleverly skates past them to help out. Andy's dad, a scientist, has discovered a new dinosaur skeleton that will be unveiled to the public the next day. Eager to get a sneak peek, Andy and his friends sneak into the museum. Meanwhile, the city's adults are preoccupied with managing their own kids and are unaware of what Andy and Julie are up to. Inside the museum, Andy and his friend are thrilled by the dinosaur skeletons. Julie, trying to catch up with Andy, accidentally trips the security lasers around the exhibit, setting off the emergency alarms. Security guards rush to the scene, and Andy tries to escape, but gets caught. His mom is furious because Andy's actions have damaged the dinosaur skeleton. As a result, he's grounded for 3 days. Julie then confesses that it was her who set off the alarm, bringing the security guards. Despite the scolding and the consequences, Andy's adventurous spirit remains undeterred, promising more mischievous adventures to come. Andy was furious with Julie, but she ran to her room and locked the door from the inside. Annoyed, Andy climbed out his window and headed straight to his friend Mike's house. Julie realized Andy had run away and started following him. At Mike's house, Andy saw advanced robots and machines everywhere since Mike's dad was a scientist. Mike's dad was working on a time machine for the past 4 years, but hadn't succeeded yet. Seeing Andy, Mike's dad was happy and left them alone to chat. Meanwhile, Julie arrived, following Andy, and started taking pictures to report him to their mom. Seeing this, Andy got angry and chased Julie around the room. During the chase, some of Andy's soda spilled on the time machine, causing it to activate. In a flash of bright light, the three of them were transported millions of years, back to the time of the dinosaurs. When the time machine opened, they found themselves facing a giant carnivorous dinosaur. To their surprise, the dinosaur didn't harm them, but seemed to think they were her babies, thanks to the similar shapes of their skateboard helmets. She called other dinosaurs over to show off her new babies. Julie and Mike wanted to fix the time machine and return home as quickly as possible, but Andy wasn't so eager. He hid the essential part of the time machine, ensuring they couldn't leave without his help. Andy was thrilled to be in the prehistoric world, which was like his wildest dreams come true. Meanwhile, 3 curious birds kept an eye on Andy, Julie, and Mike, as they were enemies of the dinosaur mom. Back in the present, their mom, discovering that Andy and Julie were missing, rushed to Mike's house, certain they were there. Andy wanted to explore the whole jungle on his skateboard, but the dinosaur mom wouldn't let him, as the jungle was too dangerous. Eventually, the dinosaur mom's baby showed up. It was a mix between a duck and a fox, and was delighted to have new siblings to play with. When Anne's mom arrives at her house, Anne's dad tells her the kids are at the research lab. But when they both go to the lab, they find that the kids are missing, and the time machine is also gone. Instead, there's now a huge dinosaur there. Anne's dad realizes that the kids must have somehow turned on the time machine, which transported them back in time and brought the dinosaur here. Anne's mom is heartbroken and completely clueless about what to do next. In the next scene, we see the three kids exploring the jungle. They end up in a valley filled with volcanoes. There, they encounter the Dino brothers, who want to eat all the herbivore dinosaurs. But the Dino mom protects the herbivores and keeps the brothers at bay. The Dino brothers plot to steal one of Dino's mom's eggs, so that when she comes to retrieve it, they can ambush her and take over the jungle. Meanwhile, Anne and her friends are hiding, and Dino's mom puts them to sleep with her baby dinosaur in a small nest to keep them safe. Anne's mom, worried sick about her kids, decides to help Anne's dad with his invention to bring the kids back quickly. The next morning, the kids wake up and venture deeper into the jungle, sensing a big creature nearby. Terrified, they run and find themselves at the edge of a cliff with a deep river below. Just when they think they're safe, they realize the creature chasing them is Dino's mom's baby and its brother. In a panic, Anne and her friends fall into the river, but they manage to cling to pieces of wood and stay afloat. The baby dinosaur, seeing them in danger, jumps into the river to save them. Using their skating skills, they all struggle, but eventually make it out of the river, narrowly escaping drowning. However, the handle of the time machine falls off and is swallowed by one of the birds that came to steal Dino's mom's egg. Anne and her friends are now stranded in the lush jungle valley, trying to figure out their next move. All the herbivore dinosaurs live together happily, and Anne and her friends love the place, having a great time. However, after some time, Dino's mom arrives and takes everyone with her. Back at the nest, Anne and Julia play with the baby dinosaur and enjoy jungle life. At night, Dino's mom puts all the kids to sleep in the nest and stays nearby to protect them. Meanwhile, Anne's mom and dad are worried about their children. They decide to turn Anne's mom's car into a time machine to travel back and bring their kids home. One night, Anne's dad sneaks into the jungle to find the time machine, but Dino's mom sees him and blocks his path. The next morning, Julia notices Anne is missing. They search everywhere and find Anne with Dino's mom. Julia checks her phone camera and discovers some strange footprints leading into the jungle. They decide to follow in the footprints of Dino's mom. Taking advantage of the situation, the three birds mistake the time machine for Dino mom's egg and take it to Dino brother. In the process, the time machine's handle falls off. While following the footprints, Anne finds the handle, and everyone is happy. But when they return, they find the time machine is gone, leaving them sad and confused about how to return home. The birds take the time machine to Dino's brother, who sends them back to get Dino's mom's children. As long as the kids are with her, she won't abandon her egg. Meanwhile, Anne's parents keep trying to build a new time machine, but are unsuccessful. Suddenly, the egg Dino mom is guarding breaks, and a baby dinosaur hatches, roaming the town. Anne's parents chase after it, Seizing the opportunity, the birds kidnap Julia. To rescue her, Anne, Dino's mom, and the baby dinosaur chase after the birds. Anne uses her skateboard to speed down the hill, but accidentally falls. However, a flying dinosaur catches her, and she continues her journey, determined to save her sister. In the next scene, we see Julia by the Lava River Valley, where the birds have taken her to Dino brother. Max and Dino's mom are also there, with the brothers planning to eat them. Meanwhile, Anne's parents are frantically searching for the baby dinosaur in town. After many challenges, they finally capture the baby dinosaur. A fight breaks out between Dino's mom and the Dino brothers. Anne makes a scary noise to distract the brothers, allowing Dino's mom to attack them. Anne and Julia try to escape, but the birds realize it is Anne making the noise. Before they can harm her, the baby dinosaur arrives and scares the birds away, rescuing Anne. The fight between Dino's mom and the brothers intensifies, causing the ground to shake. Anne, Max, and Julia quickly ran to the time machine and tried to activate it to return to their time, as they were in danger. However, they can't leave Dino's mom to fight alone, so they stop the time machine and go back to help her. A fierce battle ensues. Anne manages to throw her skateboard into one of the Dino brothers' mouths, causing him to fall into the lava river and perish. Meanwhile, Dino's mom fights the other brother alone. During the fight, the cave starts to collapse, but Dino's mom uses her strength to hold up the falling debris and save everyone. Anne's parents discover that a bit of liquid can activate the time machine. As the debris falls, Dino's mom gets knocked out, and the remaining brother advances towards the kids. But before he can harm them, Anne's parents arrive through the time machine. Seeing their parents, the kids are overjoyed. Just as the Dino brother threatens the children, Dino's mom wakes up and attacks him, defeating him. The kids' parents return Dino's mom's baby, making her very happy. As the cave continues to collapse, everyone narrowly escapes. Finally, the kids bid farewell to Dino's mom and, using the time machine, return to their timeline with their parents. And that's where the movie ends. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, please like it and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.